Welcome to the R.senal channel, the armory for the soul in these trying times. Today is a bit of a departure for me. I don't do reviews or even watch them with anything more than a passing interest. I like to judge things privately, and then post my half-baked op-ed barbed comments on other people's channels. You know, like a man. Because I am opinionated, obstreperous, and sometimes an asshole, but I like to think that at least I'm honest and upfront about it. That is the brand you get. That is who I am. So let's talk about my favorite game. The game that I've played for 12,000 hours in the last 5 years. Guild Wars 2. Don't judge me. I know it's excessive. It's excessive and obsessive. That's fine. They have a new expansion. End of Dragons. And it is awesome! Don't let anything I'm about to whine about in any way diminish the wholeness of the magnificence. Guild Wars 2 is great. End of Dragons is great. But it has an elephant of its own making sitting beside you as you play, and it is demoralizing. It makes you want to take your keyboard, your controller, whatever you play with, and chuck it out the window or smash it or something similar. It's called Dragon's End. Yes, there have been a lot of criticisms on the web and on the tubes about this, and most of it has to do with the difficulty of the final boss and the fact that they locked a game-defining feature of the expansion behind beating it. The turtle mount you saw on the box, you cannot get without beating it, which doesn't make any rational sense. I mean, you could say, oh, it's a combat mount, so it should be locked behind combat. Get good, blah, blah, blah. I'm a self-righteous, pitiless fuck with shit for brains. You could say that, but it isn't really a combat mount. It's kind of useless in a fight from what I hear. It's just fun, and it's a game. It should be fun. And that is where my own unique criticism comes in. Dragon's End isn't fun. It just isn't. It is visually stunning and amazingly well built and has all kinds of moving parts that make it dazzling and amazing. And just the sheer spectacle alone makes it the greatest meta event Guild Wars 2 has ever made. Given that other games don't really do meta events like Guild Wars 2, it probably makes it the greatest 50-plus man content of all time. But none of that makes it fun. The first 85% of it is fun. Really. What I'm talking about is the final battle, and that ruins it. You can try hard, put 2 hours of your time, and walk away with nothing. Nothing! You piss your free time down the toilet unless you are prepared to play an open-world event like a raiding champion. With coordination and great character builds, you are, in no uncertain terms, if you don't do all that, fucked. You fail. Your timer runs out, you get kicked from the instance back to the start with calloused empty hands. This takes the best meta I've ever seen and turns it into ashes in my eyes. After the first 5 losses to the clock, you feel dejected and lost for words. So you go back and you do the other metas in the End of Dragons. You do the Aether Blades, the Blackout, the Aspenwood, the Gang War, and you have a blast and the spirit of the game comes back and it feels great until you go back to the Dragon's Inn and have another go and it crushes your soul and your will to play. And giving us another way to get the turtle mount is not an answer. Fuck your turtle. I want it. I want that fucking turtle. But fuck it. What I really want, I want the Albax quest. I want the Marjorie story finished. I want the Aurene and Suwan dialogue components afterward that I can only now get from YouTube watching other people win. Which is the only way I get raid storylines, by the way. So if anybody could post Wings 6 and 7 story, that would be great. Thank you. They locked way too much good content behind the final meta instead of behind the final story, and it is just awful. The FOMO is real, people, and it is particularly jarring because I get the feeling it isn't just FOMO, it's actual MO, missing out. I'll never see this shit on my own. Drizzlewood was a great meta. Dragonstand was a great meta. Even the Dragonfall was a good meta, but Thunderhead Peaks, God, both of those were good. And Palawadon, shut up, that was great. Dragon's End is an amazing meta with a crap fuck ending. I feel it will be TLDC, too long didn't clear, like Serpent's Ire in Vabi, and only get done by raiding OnlyFans after the newness of it wears off. So, yeah, it's a shame that a pub group can't come together with strangers and have an awesome experience and accomplishment together that feels great. It is a shame that what should have been a punch the sky, hell fuck yes, finish, is now a please let me get this over with so I never have to do it again experience. I don't want to shit all over the fun of the raiders who have something special made just for them. I think that's great in its own way. It is just a shame so much of my enjoyment is locked behind beating a thing I no longer have the desire to beat. there should maybe be difficulty-tuned instances. Something that you would enter, like when you enter the guild hall and it asks you which guild you want to enter into. There should be a thing that, you know, that's like a menu that says no meta, just exploring, or other achievements, and then an option for meta, and then an option for meta challenge mode, which is what we have now. Anyway, that's my take. I play games for fun, not for bullshit stress. I want my fun back. Feel free to disagree or rip me a new asshole. I don't care. I have no fucks to give. I'm going back to the first 3 maps and pretend the 4th doesn't exist. And I'll see you in Tyria.
This fight, it's taken too long, and I'm just too tired. We've failed.
All of you, the void's starting to take hold again. Get back to the glory before you're totally blocked off.